Hey there, so today we have another review. This is a beer courtesy of Rogue. Sort of like it. Like they kept the guy. Like they could have rebranded with something like fresh, like Voodoo Ranger, but they went the old kind of like drawing that they always stuck with, and then the crazy thing, they could have like done a whole like label and stuff, but they like exposed it, made it huge, and then like you don't even know what the beer is, and then you have to turn the label. So I don't know, is that a good thing or a bad thing? I love the color though. Whatever color this is, it's like geez, I'm a little bit colorblind, guys. Oof. Blue? Is this blue? This is blue. Sorry. I have a little bit of red green colorblind that, like, this could be, like, a light shade of purple and, like, dark blue sort of, like, sells into that, but whatever. I like the color. I like the color. This is Dead Guy Pale Ale. El Dorado Sabro versus Tangerine and peach notes. And this is their take on Pale Ale. 5.5%. Obviously, if you're going to do an American Pale Ale with El Dorado Sabro, that's going to be pretty modern compared to what Sierra Nevada Pale is Cascade. It's like all Cascade. It's like just a lot of Cascade, I think. Right? Yeah, I think it's Cascade. Well, it's hazy too. The beer is not that dark. I think, yeah, definitely Sierra Nevada Pale is way darker. Beer comes in a kind of really nice kind of medium to deep, medium gold color, a little bit of like sunset orangey hue to it. Wonderful head. Has a little bit of like a medium to medium minus haze to it. Wonderful white head. Fresh as all hell. I mean, they sent this to me like a week in, and maybe a little bit cold. Not too cold, a little bit cold, but nothing too crazy on those. Smells a little bit hoppy. Nothing too distinct. Is it in the back of the fridge? Maybe, I don't know. I mean, I feel it's a little cold. I just have my beer fridge at a temp where it's like good for reviewing most beers, but then in the back, I guess maybe it's a little too cold. Yeah, it doesn't really smell like too much, which is a little unfortunate because like you really should express a little bit of aromatics on like light bready malt, like a little bit of hoppiness, but nothing too distinct, nothing actually like that obvious, like to be. I'm going with like a descriptor. A little bit cold. Oh, interesting. That really doesn't taste like much. That is a hoppy beer. That has a little bit like, wow. It doesn't taste oxidized. Like there's none of this papery and licking envelope kind of thing. But it's just hate to be a hater, especially since they sent me beer and the IPA was fantastic. This almost tastes like one of those new Lagunitas or buyout brewery. Like I know Rogue's not bought out yet, but it almost tastes like one of those, like Goose Island. Honestly, I would have guessed this was a Goose Island beer. It just has this kind of like watery. It's not. It was not. It's not as bad as the Advent beers. That was a rough month when I did all those Advent beers, but this is just like a very nondescript kind of hoppy ale. Like it doesn't taste like a IPA, so it's obviously somewhere around American Pale Ale. You get a little bit of hoppiness, a little bit of citrus, but it's such a clean beer. Like it's really well executed. It almost has this cold IPA kind of thing going on. Like bitterness is light to medium minus at best, like light bitterness. So they've really modernized it, and like they go basically no pine, no bitter. So I guess it's true. There's like almost no bitter. No pine, no bitter. Yeah, this cool triangle star thing they do. No pine, no bitter. Light malt, light citrus, very tropical. I would put the tropical all the way down. This is a very uncharacterful beer. Like the crazy thing is it's so drinkable and very tasty, and it has hoppiness to it. And there's no chalkiness, and the water's well treated, and the malt is nice, and it's a lightly bready beer with hop flavor, but like there's nothing distinctly hoppy about it, right? There's no true hop flavor, and then the malt doesn't really do much for it, right? Because the malt, they're trying to pull back on the malt, so they pull back on the malt, they pull back on bitterness, and what you really need is like hop flavored espresso beer, and it's like very nondescript hop flavor. So like you just get a really drinkable hoppy ale that doesn't have much going on. That's so weird. This might be one of the worst beers that I'm going to enjoy drinking. I don't know if that makes any sense to you guys. Because it tastes good, but like it don't taste like much. Like it has all these like things that work for a hoppy beer, except the hops. And I express like I know the date's good, but I also am looking for like oxidation off flavors, and I don't get it. So it's just a very bland, drinkable, very very drinkable, tasty hoppy beer without the good hop. Man, that's such a perplexing beer. Like it's such a well, what's the word I'm looking for? It's a paradox. It's a paradox. This is the best. This is the worst beer I'm gonna enjoy. Yeah, yeah, that's crazy. What is the worst beer I'm gonna enjoy? Yeah. It's such a fine line because as it weight more, you get a little bit of like just that little juicy crystal malt thing. There has to be a little bit of malt, right? There has to be something in here giving me a little bit of color. I think everybody's pulled back from crystal malt, so it could be a little bit of Munich, Vienna, something a little bit of color, something a little bit of character. But it has very like a little bit of orange peel, a little bit of orange candy, a little bit of floral character, maybe a light candy peach tone. They call what tangerine and peach. All right, oh yeah, tangerine's better. More tangerine than orange, and maybe light peach, but you're stretching here, man. Stretching. Yeah, this is the most. Sorry, not worst. I'm saying this is the most bland hoppy beer that I'm actually gonna enjoy. It is a very tasty beer, but just lacking. Um, wow, that's hard for me. That's very hard for me. What does that get? You know, that just gets a solid because everything about it's so good. Like, uh, despite lacking hop aromatics, lacking hop flavor, the malt, the bitterness, the finish, the vehicle that you have. It's almost like you have a really what's the word I'm looking for? It's almost like you have a very very pretty car that you want to drive, but the engine sucks. The analogy is so bad. I can't find a good analogy. Um, it's the analogy is so hard. It's Jesus Christ. You know what? It's almost like junk food. It's like you'll eat it and not really enjoy it, but you're just gonna do it, like chips or something, right? Like it's like it's not good food, but it no, that can't be it because there's good things about this. You guys put some analogy. I can't tell you. It's the vehicle of this product is good. It just doesn't have the expressive hoppiness that I want. So it's fine. It's like sure, but that's not even a good analogy. Katie said it's like wanting Taco Bell, but sorry, wanting Mexican food, but getting Taco Bell. Sure, but like you're still gonna enjoy it. Yeah, sure. I'm still gonna enjoy this, but it's just not great. Mhm. How this? If you're looking for a hoppy beer to itch to scratch, you're not gonna get it here. But you're gonna get a very tasty beer that is somewhat hoppy. So if you told me this was you know what? If they advertise as a blonde ale, that would crush, right? Blonde ale. It just has enough hops to give enough character, but still crushable. 5.5, a little big for a blonde ale, but right there, that's what this beer is. Yeah, that's what they should call this. Now I figured it out. It's a blonde ale, and it just has enough hops to make it cool enough for the hoppy guys that it's like, hey, I don't want really quite want an American Pale Ale or an IPA, but I'm gonna have a blonde ale, and it's gonna be hoppy enough and rich, just bordering on too bitter for a blonde ale, and probably too bitter for a blonde ale, but we're gonna do it anyway. And yeah, and then you give it to somebody who doesn't really like hops or bitterness, and they're like, okay, I can get into that. It's got a little bit of bitterness to it, a little bit of hoppiness to it. So this is what it is. They've made a delicious Rogue Dead Guy hoppy blonde ale. I figured it out. Rating wise, let's give it a solid 85. Just right in the middle B. Fine beer. Honestly, I probably would give it like a little bit better rating if they branded it that way. But that's the problem with branding. If you're going to advertise this as a pale ale, you're going to be disappointed. But if you advertise this like, oh, it's a little bit hoppy, you got a blonde ale, you're actually going to appreciate it. You're actually going to get, oh wow, I know blonde ales can be so tasty. It's so hoppy. 85. Until next time. Shout out to Rogue. Hope you take some of this feedback because Again, I think that's some pretty good feedback. It took me a while to get there, and it took me some analogies, the worst, best, whatever. This is a Hoppy blind ale, 85 out of 100. Cheers later.